Do you believe, even if it's been going on, is that an appropriate use of taxpayer dollars? And then also, though, I know that your office spent nearly $4,000 on a goodbye party for somebody who never left and is still making almost $200,000. Why is that okay?
Yeah, I think, Mackenzie, we know that you guys want to make this out to be something that is not. Again, it's not just the city of Baltimore. The state of Maryland has skyboxes and have had them forever. And again, you guys you're harping on this small amount of money, which you heard again. Nothing illegal was done here.
But is it appropriate?
Not. If it's not illegal, then it's appropriate.
It seems like you have a bunch of people that have never been in government before. They get that taste of power and they realize, hey, I've got a major credit card. The mayor of Baltimore is a very powerful position.
And some, he says, may fear their job is on the line if they don't get in line with what the mayor's office wants.
One person can't be responsible for tens of thousands of transactions because they're 8 months behind already. We need to have more compliance and oversight in order to protect the taxpayers' money. And this report outlines that clearly.
So in this video, you're gonna see multiple things that could make Brandon Scott, the mayor, look bad. But I want you guys to know that I personally don't dislike him. And I actually am kind of doing the interview as if I'm against him and trying to, I don't want to say blame, but I am kind of trying to hold him accountable for some things that have came to light and that are pretty big of an issue, to be honest. So yes, I may seem somewhat like I'm kind of hammering at him. And I actually like Brandon Scott, to be honest with you. I actually know people that he's related to be honest with you. And I don't even really know if I'm supposed to say that. I'm pretty sure guys don't hate me for that. I didn't say your name, so it doesn't matter. But no, seriously though, like on a legit note, I just wanted you guys to know that also you're gonna see in the video this lady that's being interviewed by Fox 45, and she's supposed to be the accountant of all people that are in the mayor's office. They get issued these things called P cards, okay? And what that is it's basically like a card that you can just use. The taxpayers, basically, you're paying for it. So that's a long story short about the P card. I do put up a brief little summary of what the amount P card holders did purchase and how many transactions. And I think it's from like 2002 to 2025. So it's like a 3-year gap, something like that. So it's a 3-year span. So also take that into account too, okay? And then lastly, I don't know if this is lastly, but also I want you guys to know too, that remember the lady that's getting interviewed, okay? She is stating that she is just overwhelmed and this is so many transactions for her to deal with, and she's not equipped to handle all these hundreds of thousands of transactions. But keep in mind, she didn't just get appointed this job. It's not like she just got appointed last month, okay? She's been there for years. She didn't have a problem with the mayor before, or the mayor before that, if she was there, I don't know. But the lady's kind of old, and I'm pretty sure she probably was. And even if she wasn't, the person, whoever was there, didn't have an issue either. And why is Fox 45 suddenly deciding to dig into his transactions and all of his staff's transactions, and if he threw a party for someone that didn't go away, and maybe they were gonna go away and change their mind. Maybe like things happen. Like take that into account. Do you not understand that? I appreciate you guys that are watching, sincerely. You guys helped me reach the 1K. I really appreciate that. I know I really don't show my face that often, but I'm gonna start 2 more so you guys can see like who I am and what I'm about and stuff. And I kind of want to do this content where you guys see me also, so I'm gonna try to figure out a strategy for that. I need to buy another camera, so if you guys want to donate to the channel, comment down below that you guys would like to donate, and I'll figure out how we can get that handled. But yeah, I definitely need another camera. I'm not biased against this guy at all. Like this isn't this isn't a campaign of me smearing him or anything like that. Brandon Scott's actually a good guy. Like I actually have met Brandon Scott. He probably wouldn't remember. They were focusing heavy on Squeegee Boys. There was a lot of stuff in the news about Squeegee Boys. And the mayor's office was actually taking their efforts to help them and get them jobs and stuff. And the lady came out, and for some reason, she had seen the kid there, and she was asking if he squeegeed. And I asked her who she was. She told me who she was. I can't remember exactly who she was. But Brandon Scott came out after that. And I was like, hey, is that Mayor Brandon Scott? And she was like, yeah, you want to meet him? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And she was like, okay. So she brought me over. Literally, he was talking to, like, I don't know if it's a security guard or whatever. Then she literally turns to him and is like, hey, Brandon, I got someone I want you to meet. And I was like, hi, my name's Frankie. I run a YouTube channel. And this is when I really wasn't, I was kind of like not really focused on my YouTube. Like, I've been in and out of this YouTube game for a while. Like, this is the most I've been engaged with it and consistent with it for a minute. Sometimes I'll have these consistencies and then I'll just stop because I just lose faith. But this time I'm not stopping. 100%. I don't care. I'm not stopping. Do I want to get monetized by YouTube? Yes, obviously. But regardless, I'm not stopping because I seriously have a dream about my channel and the direction I want it to be. And we're going to get into all that later, but another time. I have met Brandon Scott before. He probably wouldn't remember that. Maybe he would. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that sincerely, Brandon Scott actually is a good guy and he does do a lot of stuff to help. Has he done some things that they may see as odd, such as buying the luxury vehicle, which isn't really even that luxurious? It's just a Jeep Grand Wagoneer. It is a nice car though. For 2025, it actually is pretty nice. I've been in them, so they actually are pretty nice. I will say that. But what politician doesn't have one? What politician rides around in a Prius? He has to do what he has to do for him to feel safe. That's all that matters, okay? The man doesn't have spinning rims on it. He doesn't have a chromed out grill on it. It's nothing like that. It's just a black truck with some equipment for political functions that he may need to have on lights and stuff so that they know that that's his truck. This is not a bashing Brandon video, but do we get into some deep conversation? Yes. And this guy that I'm interviewing, he knows Brandon, okay, very well, before he became mayor. And that's why I chose to interview this person. So you guys enjoy the video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to share this. It's your boy, Frank Dinero. I'm going to start showing you guys more of me so you guys can see my personality, because I'm literally a fun guy. Like, I literally love to have fun and love to laugh and be stupid and make funny voices and just be dumb. Like, that's just me. You guys don't see that because I'm trying to make this kind of a professional video, more of a professional, like, type channel, but I really think my personality is what's going to draw more people in. So I'm going to start showing myself and being real. So if this video gets 50 likes, I'll do a video of me describing who I am, what I am, where I'm from, everything, okay? A tell-all video. And I promise you I won't leave anything out. Alrighty, I appreciate you guys. And you guys sit back and enjoy this video because it's good. It's good. Alright, guys. It's your boy Frank Dinero TV. Let's get it.
Shout out to Frank Dinero TV, man.
Alright, guys, so it's your boy Frank Dinero TV. I'm back with another one. Right now we got...
So Zufian Nandi, president of the Art Social Club. We are a 125-year-old organization. We were founded in 1905 and we became incorporated in 1912. And our purpose and our mission is that for us to be about the spiritual and intellectual uplift of our people.
Okay, so you're here supporting the mayor?
Yes, because of our lovely space that we have here at Penn North.
Tonight, we're looking into another mass overdose in Penn North in Baltimore, the third in the past 3 months.
No, this is a great place for us to be able to help out and support the mayor as his organization provides services to our community. And so, you know, every Tuesday and Thursday between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, the organization called MONSI is here to work with and interface with the community to provide services for our people. So we support the mayor in that area. We've known the mayor and been friends with him for a while. We remember when he was councilman and the murder rate was high, that he and a group of us men, part of the 300-man march, we used to walk in high kill rate areas in order to try to talk to folks where the killing is actually taking place to try to get people to be able to not solve their issues by shooting and killing one another. We're proud of the work that's being done here in Baltimore City because now the murder rate is down, and we just also had a big celebration here in Penn North because for the second time we've gone 365 days without one murder. So
What?
Right, without one murder. So
You saying we did a year in Baltimore with no murders?
a year Penn North.
Penn North.
It's
Okay,
Penn North area with zero. Okay.
So you
Zero
wouldn't
murders.
consider the overdoses murders?
No, I mean that would be if somebody overdoses. That would be somebody committing suicide. You know what I mean? If they have an addiction and then they overdose on an addiction.
Well, what if the dealer knows that it's like the drug is, you know what I mean, more powerful than what it is, or like what if it's laced with something that they know is going to kill the person? You know,
Right.
that's considered.
Well, if somebody did something like that, you know what I
Because
mean?
it's been like 3 times now, right?
Right. We are responsible as a community to understand why we need to medicate ourselves to change how we feel. We need to understand the economics, and we need to go to transform that. And so, and as we're doing that, we need to call on the mayor and other officials to support. And the mayor has provided the support here regularly 2 times a week for services to help people who are having certain types of conditions with whether it be health oriented, or even economically oriented in terms of trying to prepare them for jobs and stuff like that. So the community itself, we have to do our work, and then we need to have a city or a state apparatus that's willing to support that effort to clean things up. And so, because of those efforts, the murder rate in Baltimore City is down, and also in our Penn North area, for this past 365 days, there's been 0 murders. And just as other people put the bad overdoses of fentanyl on the mayor, we put the 0 murder rate for 365 days here on the mayor. We put the fact that the murder rate is down, we put that on the mayor. So, so it's to that extent that we say that yes, we support the mayor and all of his endeavors. Now, is everybody perfect and is everything done perfectly? No, everybody's going to be making mistakes, both the community, and the mayor's office that he's going to catch all the blame for. And I'm sure he will take responsibility for that. We just ask that people would give him the credit when things are done right.
Okay. So you said that he helped. So after the overdoses, once it was like the second or third time of a mass overdose, how did he help?
Well, to me, I would think that when somebody would help, like say for example, if you or somebody else had information on who was doing that type of a murder, you know what I mean, of handing out fentanyl knowing it would kill people, that people in the community or what have you would have to let the mayor's office and them know who's doing that.
Okay, so you know how the street code goes that if you tell, then it's a bad thing.
You're not supposed to snitch.
Yeah, so so let's say if no one, let's just say he just can't get the people the information that he needs to weed out the people who are delivering these drugs that are overpowerful or whatever chemicals in it that's causing the deaths. So let's say he can't get the information, can't figure out who the direct dealers are. How, don't you think that he should kind of put more police out here, or?
Right. So that now we're raising the question now of who will be responsible to try to dig up.
Because we can literally look out the window and see that they're still selling drugs right here.
Right.
Like it's plain as day. There's cops right there. They're not doing anything.
Right. So to me, some of that thing could almost be kind of a community type of support. So for example, let's say we're saying what is it that the mayor could do, but we just now absolved ourselves as individuals and as a community, saying that we can't tell the mayor because we can't snitch. You see what I'm saying? So now we're saying we're not. We're saying that the people is not responsible at all. Okay, because the word on the street says you're not supposed to tell. Now we're expecting the mayor's office to take and do something about that with no access to no information. There would need to be more people or more drug investigators on the street trying to purchase stuff from folks to determine who's handing out the stuff that's doing that or whatever, or that kind of a thing. Or maybe, or maybe people who could look right outside, like you said, you and me right now can look right outside. You see? And that we can see, but that's not. But we can't tell them. You see that? Okay, so now we want him to be responsible.
But it's really not up to us because they govern us. So you don't think it's up to him to give more, put more surveillance out and figure it out, like the FBI does? I mean, the FBI gets informants
I would
too.
think that it's up to. I would think that it's up to the community and up to the mayor's.
I'm not saying it's all Brandon Scott's fault at all.
Right.
Honestly, I really don't think it is. Honestly, at all.
Right.
I think it's kind of the police's fault, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm thinking that what we're saying is that who is responsible for resolving it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I feel that the police and some department in the mayor's office, drug enforcement or whatever, you know what I mean, that if they had the information that they needed, that they would be responsible to make a move. If they know that and they're not making a move, then I would say that that would be their responsibility. The person who has the addiction has a health issue. People who are addicted might want to know, where is this stuff? So I can go get some and maybe cut it in half and I won't die. You see what I'm saying? So now, for now, is this health issue? Is that the mayor? You see what I'm saying? So what winds up happening is that, what is it that he can do and what part that he can play? I think that he plays a wonderful part if he has the information. What I've seen with my own eyes, okay, because I walked with him on Friday nights. We used to walk into high kill rate areas, right into the areas wherever the killing was taking place. That's when we walked. There would be about 80 of us, okay, and we would walk and talk directly with folks. You know what I mean? To establish a connection. And there were some people that were part of that team of folks that were walking, who had done time in prison, who had gotten out and had changed their life, wants to change things, and who could interface and talk with folks to get that stuff corrected. So now we're back to this other dilemma though. Now, because now we shifted away from people shooting one another, okay? Because now what we're saying is that murder rate is down, okay? So now what you're asking is, what can we do to that other murder rate? If you're saying that somebody is killing people on purpose by handing out the drugs. So what I'm thinking is that if there could be some kind of a way that people could let that kind of information be known to the mayor's office, that the mayor's office would be able to concentrate on lowering that murder rate.
I think I know a way guaranteed that he can get the information he wants. Guaranteed. All he has to do is this one thing. You know what that is?
No, you tell me.
Offer a reward.
Okay, offer a reward
for information leading to the arrest of a person that is found with a large quantity of fentanyl, whatever. If he does that, guaranteed people will start calling. You know that for a fact.
So you think so? Okay. So if that's the case, then
these people are money hungry. They're going to believe that. They turn their own people in.
Yeah. So I would suggest then that that's a great idea that you have. Once that dealer will be removed, there could be another dealer that will want to come in place of that if it is a lucrative business, which means that the supply chain goes way, way up to the point where somebody's bringing ships. You know what I mean? Babies coming in, I don't know, through trucks, through tractors, through Dundalk, through, you know what I mean, through boats, through airplanes, that kind of a thing.
So you're saying you don't think it'll work?
No, I'm just saying that would be part of the supply, chain. Now, you see what I'm saying? Is there a void that somebody's going to come in and want to replace that?
Take over their spot where they were?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen, yeah. But they won't have the same mentality, maybe, of the person that was deliberately killing people or deliberately making it super strong to the point that they, how many people was it? I forgot. I did an interview with the police chief. I think he said it was like, that was like the second time, I think.
Yeah, about 25 people.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well,
I guess it's pick which one of the worst you want.
When we talk about that particular approach, when we're talking about it, it's like a Band-Aid. People have, number one, a health issue. Okay, our addiction to drugs, the feeling that we need to medicate ourselves to change how we feel on the health side. Okay, we need to analyze psychologically why is that, and then we need to resolve that. And then on the economic side, we need some alternative in terms that says, okay, these folks are out here selling this and selling that. Well, we got this job over here where, okay, you can have a job doing HVAC, or you can have a job doing plumbing, or doing electrical work. Or you can decide to stay out here and do this. Now, there's an alternative. Mm-hmm. And then we give time for those folks to switch off to take the alternative. Mm-hmm. And then those folks that don't switch off to take the alternative, we know that that is a problem that we might need to take a different approach to. Mm-hmm. But there will be alternatives to the economic issue and alternatives to the health issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay, and look, and also you were saying that, okay, so if we just arrest the dealer, then someone else is just going to replace him. So really what we need to do is try to get the dealer's supplier, right? Like the main supplier, right?
Okay. Well, what I feel is that if we get to the point where the people who have the health issue and feel that they need to medicate themselves to change how they feel, mm-hmm. if they become a generation of folks who become clean and say, no, thank you. And they can sit there with all the dope that people want. Ain't nobody gonna buy. Yeah. Well, that's what we say. But we have people who get clean. We have people who are addicted who get clean. We have a history of showing what has happened to folks. If we look at, for example, the situation in China during the Opium Wars, mm-hmm. China has gotten clean as a nation.
But China's more of a dictatorship, though. Like
well, to me, what we're talking about right now is not the political system. We're talking about the concept that an individual or group or a nation can become clean. Mm-hmm. And once that happens, it don't matter how much dope you got. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody gonna want to buy
That's true. That's true. But you don't think it's kind of far-fetched?
I think
for all the addicts in Baltimore to get clean, you really think that it's possible?
I think that it's possible for enough addicts to be able to get clean that the demand drops so much. And when the demand drops, there wouldn't be many people out there trying to sell. They might start looking for other work. You know what I mean? Because there wouldn't be that much money out there to be able to.
But you sincerely believe that all these addicts in Baltimore, you think a good amount of them could get clean?
I believe that there's a possibility that individuals and a whole people and that a whole nation can get clean if they have the right program to be able to address the issue.
Definitely is possible. Right. Yeah.
Well, it's almost like saying that I could hit the lottery.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That anybody could hit the lottery. That's the other thing that says that. Okay, so now how many people are going to be able to get clean? Now what we need to do, let's take a look and let's find some data and see if see what worked for folks in those areas where they had drug addiction. They're locking them up for getting high, make them clean, or did it delay it until they got back out of jail? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now we have an issue. If we're going to address the issue that our people are medicating themselves in order to change how they feel, now if we started to approach that and can say, well, wait a minute, maybe what's causing? You know what I mean? What's the cause of the person getting high? What we're doing is some of our programs might be offering methadone, mm-hmm. or offering these alternative things, or saying just say no, or we take people into rehab and they go into rehab somewhere for 30 days and the stuff gets out of their system, but we don't address the reason why they feel like they need to medicate themselves. You know what I mean? Why does somebody have to get high to be happy? Mm-hmm. Because they want to be happy. Why do people want to get high? Because they don't want to feel anything at all. And then now on the health side, we deal with the psychological issues about why. Say for example, I don't know if you remember the history of the American Indians? And do you remember how after they got defeated, the male American Indians turned to alcohol?
No, I never knew that.
And became alcoholics.
Really?
Yeah, alcohol, fire water.
Wow.
Okay? So now, it was the condition that caused them to feel like they just, this thing is hopeless. Just give me some alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm going to get drunk out of my head. You see what I mean? Now if we look at we talking about the black community and black people, okay, and you have to look at what it is historically that we have gone through, and we need to address whatever things that are inside of there. You see what I'm saying? That might cause us to say that we don't want to feel anything. So we need to know what to be able to ask the mayor, and then the mayor would be responsible to provide that for us to turn those things around.
Okay, so do you support Brandon Scott, period?
Period.
All his.
Yeah, I support.
You stand behind him. 100%.
I stand behind him 100% all of the way.
Okay.
I don't think that he's crooked or any of that stuff.
Okay,
and I think that any of those things that people are coming up with, I believe, his opposition is working to define the narrative about him because they want to replace him. Okay, and the reason sometimes why people want to replace people is because they may be messing things up for them. For example, if the murder rate is being cut down and the drug rate is being cut down.
But that's just in Penn North, right? Not in Baltimore as a whole.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
Let's say if the successful murder rate is dropping, it's dropping. I think it's almost half, Sean Bay, this year, the murder rate.
Just right now, about 40 people in killed.
So let's say
different areas where it's
zero.
no violence.
Right.
About 4 different areas where having no killings in for 365 days, about 4 in the city.
So
And the only thing about Brandon, we knew Brandon before he was mayor. We went to some of the most killing areas in the city, marching, with the Brother Dinero, on Friday night, we were the most killing area in this city, where we could have got killed. And Brandon was there with us.
So you guys put yourself in danger to make a point.
And this was the 300-man march. The 300-man march. You know about the 300-man march?
That's what you were telling me about.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Yeah, you'll see pictures.
Okay.
Anytime a man will risk his life to go in the most killing danger area in the city with risking life, I'm with him. I got to be with him. But that was a lot of men on Friday night. We had men to come join us. And we had them that was a pussy line and things. They were begging. But we said, come to try to save our kids. Women were coming out their houses wanting to give us their little boys. And we had no place to take their boys. They wanted to save their sons. And we had no place to take their sons. So we can't even save our people.
Yeah.
But we went in the most killing area in the city and he was with us.
Wow.
And a lot of men wouldn't do that. They're scared.
Yeah. That's cool.
Partners.
Yeah. Okay, so if there was legitimate proof that Brandon Scott has been allocating funds that were for the mayor's office and using them to maintain a certain lifestyle, if he was giving money to his wife to support her business.
You mean if he was like Donald Trump?
No, let's just no. Forget Donald. We're talking about just straight him. Just to say if he was doing this, only Brandon Scott,
not Donald Trump.
Because you said you support him.
Okay.
You said he's not crooked.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you said he's not crooked.
So you're saying that.
So if there was proof,
you're saying I support him, but you're saying if he's doing something crooked.
Yeah, I'm saying if he was,
right.
If there was proof and you could see it and you saw it and for a fact you saw it and it's proof that he was allocating funds to live his lifestyle, purchasing luxury vehicles, giving his wife $300,000 to help her business stay afloat.
Right.
Would you still support that?
If he did something that was illegal, then that I can't support.
Okay.
So
have you seen recently?
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't heard of anything illegal.
You didn't hear that he gave his wife $300,000 to help her business stay afloat?
Well, but see, when you say gave
from the mayor,
you saying that he took $300 out of the account and said, "Here, wife, here's $300. Here's $300 from the account. This is your money." Or did he approve of a grant?
No.
Did he approve of a grant and that she was operating under?
They approved it in the news.
Wow.
You gotta look it up. I'm telling you.
What news are we talking about? You talking about Fox 45?
The stuff that you want to get done, like improve the city and all that.
Right.
He used some of that to fund his lifestyle.
So
let's just say.
So you're saying that is according to what's on the news. So
on the news and research.
And research. What research?
Okay, you can literally look in and you can see what the mayor spent. It's like public record. It was literally exposed 100% that he bought the luxury vehicle, bought his wife a wire transfer of $300,000 to fund his wife's. I think she's a nonprofit.
Yeah, that's what was the funding went through.
Yeah.
The funding went to the nonprofit.
Exactly. And
Okay.
and
Like
why?
say for example.
How do you justify it?
Well, what happens? Say for example that you are doing great stuff with your YouTube, okay, and you apply for a grant as a nonprofit, and then he gives you $300,000 to do your work.
Okay.
That's not illegal.
Why would he be giving me
Because you're a
$300,000
nonprofit. You're a nonprofit providing a particular type of service for the community.
So, but you don't think it being his wife is kind of...
Not really, because he's not the one that awards it. This is some department under him, some grant, capital, CCG, you know what I mean, grant.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's not Brandon went to the bank and said, okay, take this money and give it to my wife. No, that money, he can't do that. It's impossible. The capital grants could take money and award it to you, a nonprofit, for you running your YouTube channel to help out the community. Okay? And because him awarding that, because of his office awarding that money to you, doesn't make his office a criminal, it doesn't make you a criminal, and it doesn't make him a criminal. You see that? The money is awarded, then people might say, Brandon Scott giving money to black guys with Ravens hats. There's some black guy with a Raven hat. No, you know what I mean? He gave him $300,000. You know, the poor guy needs a car to transport around. He gets a limo, like other folks get a limo, and now he gave himself a luxury vehicle. You see, so you know, and then even yourself. Let's say you get $300,000 for your grant to do your YouTube stuff, you know, and you're getting paid and you're doing your YouTube stuff, and then you buy what kind of car you like?
Corvette.
You buy a Corvette. Now, Brandon Scott gave what's the name? The guy with the black guy with the Ravens hat, $300,000. Now he's driving a Corvette. You see how that goes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Okay,
but
so
opposition, to see this is the spin that an opposition could put on you. You see what I mean? Even though your intentions is you trying to run a real honest YouTube thing, and we going back and forth with good debate and questioning. You know what I'm saying? You know, but then you're going to go to jail for purchasing a Corvette, or the mayor's out. The mayor needs to go to jail because you bought the Corvette. Or the mayor got to go to jail now because he awarded $300,000 to your nonprofit to be able to do your great YouTube work. You know, now because she as a person has applied for a grant at Baltimore City. Suppose she had applied to the state, and then the state gave her the money. Now she applied to the city for that money. She didn't apply to Brandon Scott. She applied to, right now, there's this here. This is a proposal and the timeline for an Amtrak grant. You know what I mean? That's not Brandon Scott, or that's not, what's our mayor? Our governor. That's not the governor. If we get this money, that's not them giving me money so I can go buy a pickup truck. You know what I'm saying?
But you don't see a conflict of interest of him giving it to his wife's
No, because
company?
he didn't do it. That's what I keep
saying.
How do you
know?
Because it is the grant department that does it. He has no control.
So you're telling me it was a grant, the wire transfers don't exist?
Right. But that it was a wire transfer from capital grants or from Amtrak or whatever city grant is available, from them to her, not the wife, but to
her business.
No Boundaries Coalition or whatever the name of her thing is.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yeah.
So Frank Dinero TV gets a grant and applies for a grant at Amtrak and gets awarded $300,000, and now the mayor needs to go to jail.
I don't think he needs to go to jail.
Or whatever.
I get it, but
he did something shaky because he's black.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
You see?
But, okay, so you're saying that the money didn't come from him, that it came from a grant.
Right. It came from a grant. All right, man.
Do you think that he approved it?
No.
So you're saying he had nothing to do with
it?
it?
He can't approve it.
Do you know him like that?
No, I know the process. I've applied for grants before.
So how do you know it was a grant, though? How do you know it was a wire transfer from his
because
bank to
I track the news more than you do.
You just told me you didn't know.
I did, yeah, but I didn't know whatever you were trying to say that was illegal.
So you haven't heard about any of the illegal allegations against him?
Yeah, I heard that he's supposed to spend money for some big car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I heard that he gave his wife some money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then there was one other thing I think that they said he did.
I want to say it was like luxury clothes. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want to say.
So what that's designed.
Actually, I think it was vacations going to different
something
spots.
like that, right? So that's almost like.
So that's okay too.
No, what I'm saying is that a mayor's office. I bet you every mayor, every governor's office, Trump, everybody can purchase a limo.
Absolutely.
For the city, not for Brandon Scott's name. The title is not to Brandon Scott.
Mm-hmm.
The title is to Baltimore City.
Yeah.
And city administrations are okay to travel. Like, for example, we had people to come here that wanted to come to Penn North to see how Brandon Scott and them in the mayor's office was getting the murder rates down. What does it look? Because the nation views this corner, Penn North, has a national identity.
Definitely.
It's ground zero for the Freddie Gray uprising, it's ground zero for the fentanyl and all that. People came from, when we didn't know it, and when we got finished talking to them, they was from LA, they was from Detroit, they was from Chicago, they was from Philly, they was from these different cities around the nation were here to do a study. Now, those people, when they came, they had a bus. Okay, so their cities paid for air transportation to get here, hotel space, and for the bus, for them to be, or limo, so you call it, for them to be able to drive them around to the different places in the city. Okay, and Brandon Scott, the mayor's office of Brandon Scott, is able to go and travel to other cities, just like they came here. But now what happens is people take that, the opposition takes that and puts a spin on it. You see? So now though, but if it really, really was crazy and extravagant, then they would take and really, really kind of show us up. You take the amount of money that went for the luxury vehicle that he bought, and did you compare that to the price of what other cities and what other state officials, when they purchase a vehicle, how much it costs?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That was what we begin to show. You know what I mean?
I personally don't think the vehicle is anything. I don't think that's nothing.
Right.
For me.
Now, if it turns out that other folks are buying a limo that costs $80,000 and he bought a Lamborghini or a big Bugatti,
that'd be different.
Right.
Yeah.
He bought a Bugatti or whatever or something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then
I don't think the vehicle's that big of a deal.
Also, too, with the money, take the money that went to the nonprofits, that went to his wife. Nonprofits books are open. You can look at every dollar she spent and where the money went. Mm-hmm. Okay, and inside of there, there's only a certain amount of money that can be able to go for different folks or to her. So let's say she might have a program director, she might have an administrative assistant on the budget. You see what I mean? So she has to state all of those things on the grant. Then, when she do her taxes at the end of the year, she needs to have a W-9 that shows where all of that money went. She has to file a 990 form. It shows where all that money went, and wherever money particular went to her, it will show on a W-9 or a 1099. And if it's not right, the opposition will nail her ass to the wall.
Okay. All right, but let's say if you did see the proof,
right?
Would you be willing to hold him accountable?
I would be willing to say that if he did something that was illegal, that he should not have done that illegal thing.
Okay.
That's what I would say. Now, if he, like say for example, okay, now let's look at let's look at Trump, okay, and what Trump is doing, okay, and is it legal or is it illegal? And then if it's illegal, what should we do to Trump? So if Frankie has a YouTube, yeah, and I see Frankie, he got $300,000 for a YouTube, but I also see Frankie hanging out over there with the guys that be selling fentanyl. Or I see Frank out there hanging out with the drug dealers or drug addicts. Now, you haven't done anything illegal, but now I have begun to shape the image of the Frankie YouTube.
Okay.
You see what I mean? The Frankie YouTube, oh yeah, he be out there with the junkies and the drug dealers.
Okay.
You said, I don't know why he be out there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he did got $300,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, he do got a new Corvette hanging out there with the drug dealers. You see what I'm coming from? Now you haven't done anything illegal.
Yeah.
But now all eyes on Frankie now. That's all I'm asking.
All right, and then last question, all right, and then we'll let you go. Do you know Brandon Scott personally? Other than the march?
Yeah. No,
could you call him right now if you wanted to? If you wanted
Yeah.
to, you could call him directly on his phone right now.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No, I don't have a reason to.
For the viewers?
For the viewers,
and ask him if he would be willing to do an interview with me.
Nope.
Well, would you do it like later on? Ask him if he would do an interview with me.
I don't know. I would just kind of leave that one alone. And there's two parts to it. One is I'm talking right now. I'm part of an organization that we're not necessarily political. Hey, we don't necessarily endorse candidates or what have you or something like that. So me as an individual, I will go down to vote for Brandon. But I can't go out and campaign for Brandon as a member, you know what I mean, as a member of this organization. As an individual, I can be able to do.
No, I'm not asking you could you campaign. I'm asking you, could you possibly set up a meeting? Could you just run it by him if he would be willing to do an interview with a guy that's from Baltimore, that's up and coming, that's hungry, that's trying to do an interview? I won't attack him. I won't be like, hey, you're doing, you know what I mean? It'll be a nice, settled conversation like this.
To me, the thing that I would be interested in calling him for, like say for example, we are going to be finished our renovation work here, and we're going to be opening up around August or September.
You want him to come for the opening?
Huh?
You would want him to come for the opening?
I would want him to come for the ribbon cutting ceremony, okay? So that he can receive credit for the positive stuff that's being done, that he has supported, okay, in this community. And also too, what we can do when we had the grand opening and the mayor's here, we can invite you as being some kind of a press person or whatever you consider yourself to be, and then you can be right there, part of that, and then right by all the cameras and everybody looking, you can ask whatever questions you want.
That'd be cool. And I wouldn't ask him any questions probably about that, make him feel uncomfortable. I mean, honestly, I personally like Brandon Scott. Yeah. I just want to address what's going on in the news, that's all. You know
he's going to be
I'm just being a journalist, that's all.
Yeah, the block across
Unbiased.
the street, one block up across the street next to the CBS, he is putting a television station there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the local television
on the same side as the CBS?
Yeah, on the same side as CBS.
Just up a little.
Up a little teeny bit. You should
Really?
see it should be kind of blocked off now.
What's it going to be called, do you know?
I forget. It's not Charm. Is it Charm City TV?
Okay, that'd be cool. I don't know. Okay. It's going to be like on the legit.
Yeah.
Like
it's a legit television station.
Really?
Right here at Penn North. He supports that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But no, I wanted to make it clear that I am completely unbiased. I like Brandon Scott, actually. I like him. I think that he does good work, honestly. But I just wanted to address the stuff that's going on in the press.
It was good. It was a good interview. And I encourage the challenge or the back and forth discussion that we had.
Yeah,
that's the kind of discussion that we need to have. We need to have good, hard, tough discussions. We need to come up with solutions, and then we need to go into an implementation phase.
Yeah.
To me, our social club and Monzi with the mayor's office is in the implementation phase. we are working with those folks who have health issues in order to try to resolve some of those health issues. And
when you say health issues, you also mean people with drug addictions, right?
Right, yeah.
Because that's considered a health issue.
For people
right?
who want that, yeah. And then there's the rehab center right down on the corner.
The Penn North
helps
one?
with that, right.
Yeah.
And then also too, what we want to work on now is the economic part, which is how do we develop a science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics center so that we can have opportunities for people to study the trades, HVAC, electrical, plumbing.
I was just talking to Denise about that.
I'm the president of the Art Social Club.
Okay, Art Social Club, and they do what specifically?
We are about the spiritual, intellectual uplift of our people.
Okay, so do you like offer resources or just uplift them spiritually?
Well, if we don't, we provide facility and we support people who have those resources. Okay, that's going to
What do you
uplift
mean you
our
support people that have it?
Like Monzi.
Oh, like, okay.
Monzi needs space to come here. This past Saturday, Bean Pie. It's a black woman. She comes down. She provides clothes. She provides food.
Okay.
She has a DJ. She has people who come down to give haircuts, free haircuts and stuff like that out towards the community.
And so where people know where to get that, people that watching that need that in Baltimore City, how often is that where they do that?
That's once a month, and I don't know exactly what Saturday.
Okay, but it's here?
It's here.
This exact location?
This exact location,
and we're
right
on,
out front.
okay, so this is, what address is this?
Art Social Club at 2426 Pennsylvania Avenue at Northern Pennsylvania. If you look right over there, let me just stay still for a minute. If you look at this plaque, this was awarded to us about 2-3 weeks ago from the Koreans. The Koreans come up from Virginia every Wednesday at about 10 o'clock, and they give out food to the community and stuff like that. And they gave us this plaque.
Is that you in there?
Yeah, that's me in there. They gave us this plaque in appreciation for us providing this facility for them to be able to deliver this food to our people.
That's cool.
So when we say we support, we're about the spiritual and intellectual uplift of our people. We will work with anybody who has the interests of our people at heart, and we will be willing to use this facility to provide those type of services. For us though, we function on food, entertainment, and tourism.
That's what the art school focuses
Right.
on.
We are the last. We're one of the last venues on Pennsylvania Avenue that does and support live entertainment.
And say it again. You focus on food,
Entertainment,
and tourism. Okay.
That's going to be our mission of how we're going to transform this area. We're going to be the anchor institution. We're going to be the hub right here at Penn North.
But do you think honestly tourists are coming here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Come here. Yeah. No doubt in my mind.
To Penn North?
Penn North. Okay.
In search of
search
something other than drugs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And if you don't know your way around, you're going to want to ask somebody, where does everybody go at? You know what I mean? Where's the nice nightclubs at and stuff like that? What you looking for? Oh, we want jazz, we want R&B, we want house music, we want club music. Where's the spot? Okay? Number one, we want to be an amenity to the community so that people who live in this area, who own homes up in this area, can be able to come here, can be able to bring their family up here, have a dinner, have a sit-down restaurant, food. Sit down and have dinner with their family like Applebee's or whatever. Also, too, if they want to come at nighttime to a nightclub that's playing blues, R&B, some line dance music, some hand dance music, we could be that place. For live entertainment, we want to be that place. Also, when tourists come to town, there's about $5.7 billion that gets spent on tourism in Baltimore City. And a majority chunk of that is people want to come to historic places. Okay, but now in Baltimore City, Pennsylvania Avenue is the original Nile Valley of black entertainment. So during the segregation period, when we couldn't go anywhere, the James Brown, Diana Ross and the Supremes, the Temptations, all them folks, when they came to Pennsylvania Avenue and went to the Royal Theater.
Wow.
So this strip, back when I was young, you tried to go up the street, it would take 5 miles an hour, people would be driving. Or people would park their cars and be walking up down the avenue things would be lit up, signs and stuff similar to what we got out there now. It would be lit up and people would be going from club to club. So what we're doing is we're revitalizing that. And when people come to town, just like when people go to New Orleans, they go to Bourbon Street or whatever. So when people come to Baltimore, we want them to come here, okay? And so what we're gonna do when they come here, we're going to have a tour. They can come in to have brunch. We can have a 3-piece band with somebody singing Billie Holiday or what have you, or something like that, because we don't just only want to tell them about the history of the avenue. We want to show them that we're still alive and kicking. We never stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, we did out up here. If you look at that sign right there, that 75th anniversary over there was us having a opening. Okay, and the one just to the left of it. Okay, in 1973 we opened up here. Okay, we started doing our live entertainment.
The one just to the left, you're talking about the one that says grand opening?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, so
Damn, it says 1973. Jesus.
Yeah. So,
how old is that one though? The 75th anniversary.
That one was that 19, was that 87?
Oh, 87.
Yeah, that
Damn.
was, yeah,
So,
that was
that's, so the other one's older. Is that an original, the grand opening one?
Yeah, that was the original flyer. And then also too, if you look here, you can see when we did something in 1947. Right here.
So you talking about the picture?
Yeah, that picture with all the people. That was an event we had in 1947. This here was an event we had, I think, in 1923.
Wow.
And so, we've been around as a social club for a while, okay? And that's been our mission. And so, we're not going anywhere. We plan on being here another 125 years, so, come on back and see us.
Years. Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing. All right, and lastly, your name once again was
Sozufi and Nandi.
Sozufi?
And Nandi, yeah. Sozufi like the motorbike almost.
Okay. Mr. Suzuki and Ami, the president of the Art Social Club.
Yes, sir.
All righty, it's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you, Mr. Frankie.
It's been a pleasure,
Yes, sir.
man.
Come on back, man.
You.
Let's have some more discussion.
Yeah.
You are watching the Frank Dinero TV show.
Alrighty guys, ladies and germs, so that's the end of the video about the mayor. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment, share this. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Remember, if we get this up to 50 likes, I'm going to share a tell-all story about myself. And also tell me if you guys like this type of video about me interviewing the politicians and people who are associated with them, and yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this. All right, I appreciate you guys, everyone that watches. I appreciate you. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment, share this everywhere you can. I don't care where you share it to. And remember, it's free to hit that subscribe button, so don't be cheap. All right, y'all, I appreciate you guys sincerely. It's your boy Frank Dinero, and